Sagittarius, it's me, Stella Wild, and I'm here with your October 2018 Intuitive Tarot reading. I'm a little bit late getting the monthlies up because I had to evacuate my home due to Hurricane Florence, and I was gone for a couple weeks and I wasn't able to upload to YouTube. So finally I'm back, and these monthlies may be a little shorter than they've been in the past because I just really want to get them out there for you guys. Please note in the description are the links you need to book a reading with me, to order or pick up my Mercury Retrograde Power Planner. Mercury Retrograde's coming up next month. And to buy your favorite Virgo or Libra my year ahead birthday reading. All right, let me explain how I'm going to do the readings for you this month. I'm going to start by pulling 3 cards from my Rider-Waite deck, and I will follow this with clarification cards from my playing cards as necessary, and then I'll follow up at the end with 1 spirit message card from this John Holland deck. I really like his work. I think he is awesome. Okay, so let's get into it. First of all, I want to thank everybody for liking, sharing, subscribing. If you feel this video resonates, and remember, it's a general reading, so also watch for your moon and rising sign and possibly your Venus. If you feel the reading resonates, please do leave a comment, a thumbs up. It really helps support the channel. And thank you to everybody who has done that already. All right, let's get into this. My Sagittarius people, what do they need to know for October 2018? What do they need to know? Whoa, these cards are not cooperating. They're kind of jumping all over the place. All right, one more. Let's see. Okay. Okay, this is very good. This is very, very good. Now, I look at the middle card when I do a 3-card pull as the linchpin. Really, that's the main energy, and the other 2 are flanking it, in support. So this is very interesting, Sagittarius. We have the devil upside down. So being released from an obsession that has, quite frankly, thrown you off balance. However, you're going to be able to release this because look, victory card. I mean, how much better do you want it, really? This is very good. So I would say with that Venus retrograde in your 12th house in Scorpio, and of course it's backtracking a little bit into Libra, all this month, October 6th to November 16th, we have this Venus retrograde energy where we are looking at reevaluating, revisiting our values are around love and money. And with this Venus retrograde happening in your 12th house, you are really reevaluating how you have kept yourself in a prison. Basically, a prison of your own making. A prison in which you were not on point, in which you were not grounded. You were allowing, accepting, participating in allowing yourself to get emotionally off balance. You were not in control of your reactions. You were reacting rather than responding. I'm not trying to say you were, that you are to blame or anything like that. I'm just talking about this idea of you being in control of yourself, okay? So, all right, so you had a very unstable, or you're coming into October with kind of an unstable, ungrounded situation that you are going to be released from, because you, with that Venus retrograde in that 12th house, are going to be going over old ground in terms of that. It's kind of what your spiritual lesson is with this situation. This is a karmic situation with that 12th house involved. And you are having help behind the scenes. Also, you have Jupiter in that 12th house. So you are having help behind the scenes in getting yourself released karmically once and for all from this situation that has thrown you so off balance. But again, I mean, it was a stressful, difficult situation. But some of your anxiety made it worse, okay? I'm not saying you shouldn't have been anxious or concerned about it. It was a difficult situation. I mean, you have the devil here, right? So it was a very difficult situation. But sometimes you were your own worst enemy when it came to dealing with it, because you let the stress overwhelm you a little too much, okay? So this month, though, is about having that help behind the scenes as you are able to spiritually process and finally release the obsessive compulsions, Venus in Scorpio retrograde, obsessive compulsions of not only the situation, but your own reaction to it. Okay, does that make sense? And as a result, you're going to emerge victorious. And I feel with this 6 here, I feel that it is at the end of the retrograde period. So Venus retrograde is until November 16th. So around that time, you will see and feel a tangible result, a tangible victory, a tangible affirmation from the universe that this karmic situation and your reaction to it, you learn that spiritual lesson. It is done. You will not be dealing with this again in this current manifestation. You are released from it. So that's like, that is fabulous. That's really great, because you've been having a rough time, as we've said in the last couple of videos that we've been looking at. So, this is, and because you're getting ready, Sagittarius, you're getting ready for Jupiter to go into your sign. So it's almost kind of like a karmic clearing of the decks, right? So that you will have like the proper mindset to go into your year with, really. I'm going to write down karmic clearing of the decks. That's the title of your video. Karmic clearing of the decks. So your, when we have Jupiter transiting in our own sign, our sun sign, it's, it happens only once every 12 years. And Jupiter is in exaltation when it's in Sagittarius anyway. It's the ruler of Sagittarius. But whenever you have Jupiter in your own sign, it only happens once every 12 years, you just get such a boost. You get lucky breaks, exciting developments, you feel good, you have a good year in general. Of course, it depends on other things that might be going on in your chart, but in general, you will get gifts. You will definitely get gifts when Jupiter is transiting your own sign. So I feel like in order for you to really step in with a clean slate, right, to be able to receive the new things that the universe wants to bring you, including a relationship. I know that's a concern for some Sagittarians that I speak to regularly, that, they really are hoping for a new relationship. Well, you will have one. You definitely will have one when Jupiter's in your sign. When Jupiter transits Sagittarius, it starts like mid-November? I don't have the exact date in front of me, but and it's in there for 14 months. So, all of next year, 2019, you will have plenty of opportunities to socialize, to meet new people, but you want to do it, Sagittarius, with a clean karmic slate. You want to finally get rid of any imbalances, any final imbalances, karmic imbalances around this situation that has been quite an obsession for you for quite a while. Well, for some Sagittarians who have ended a long relationship, I mean, it could even be an obsession that is at least 10 years old, that, you know, a long-term relationship. You know, a relationship, an association that had started at the last Jupiter cycle when when Jupiter was in Sagittarius 12 years ago. Okay. That has now come full circle and you're finally letting go of that. All right. So that's applicable to some Sagittarians. So this is extremely positive. Extremely positive. Let me just reiterate one more time. You're going to have that positive affirmation tangible when Venus goes direct middle of November. All right, so let's see what else do we need. Let's clarify with a couple of playing cards and see what else you need to know about this situation. I think this is excellent. You're really clearing the decks, cleaning the slate, wiping it clean. But you're wiping it clean in a way that you get the lesson. You get the lesson now. You see where you were kind of driving your own self crazy. You see where your own karmic patterns tied into this situation. And, you know, you're going to emerge victorious from this. So that's excellent. That's really great. All right, let's see what else you need to know here. That one. Yeah, fantastic. All right, I got 3 for you. Let's see. Okay. For some Sagittarians, the thing that will come out of this for you, the gift, is, well, there's a couple ways I can interpret these. The first thing is that you will have a literal trip. You will be going on a trip, I would say, by, I'm not feeling it's by the solstice. I think it might be by the equinox. So by March 21st, probably sometime in the first couple months of 2019, you will have the gift from the universe of some sort of travel. Okay. So where I'm getting that from, and it's because you're wiping this slate clean now, this obsession thing, whatever's going on. Okay, so that you'll be able to, when Jupiter moves into your sign, start receiving the bounty that Jupiter wants to give you as it transits your own sign. So this is the seasons card. This is about inheriting, but it also means to receive something, and this is a trip, a journey. So you could be receiving a literal journey. Somebody invites you to go somewhere, they pay your way, you win a trip, or, you know, you get the money to take the trip. But I feel like I'm not feeling it's right away. I'm feeling it's more early next year. Okay, the other way I can interpret this is that you have, through rectifying this karmic situation, you have received a valuable lesson that you can continue to use on your journey that will sustain you through many seasons of your life. Okay, so this is a big turning point for you, Sagittarius, in your personal growth and development. It really has been a test for you of learning how to respond rather than react, and to see where you've been tripping yourself up with how you've been really karmically reacting to situations. But those reactions got into kind of a bad pattern, right? With this devil card. The reactions themselves almost became kind of a guilty pleasure, right? Like it was almost enjoyable to be able to complain and get angry about a certain situation, because at least it was a way to kind of let off steam, right? But you're learning that way, you know, you're learning that was not really healthy because it was throwing you too much off balance. All right. So you're going to reconcile all of this. You know, you're going to get it and release it finally now and emerge victorious. So I think that is great. I think it's awesome. All right, I'm trying to keep these videos a little shorter this month so we get them uploaded. I'm now going to pull a spirit card for you and tie it all together. So let's see what you have, Sagittarius. I think this is excellent for you. You're going to have very exciting 2019. All right, let's see. Okay, so you got the card, listen. You have to be willing to listen if you want to really understand someone. I would say like that's including yourself. Now is not the time to be offering advice, but to be a compassionate listener to yourself. To listen fully and intently means to pay attention, not to just what's being said, but to what lies beneath the words that you're telling yourself. Okay, I'm like adding on to this, but this to me is about really listening to yourself this month and seeing where you have that final little bit to release in terms of this obsessive karmic situation that needs to be cleared. Okay, and if this person comes back, because it's probably involving some person, all right, so like probably a love situation, but even if it's in business, it doesn't matter. If this person comes back, which can happen when you have Venus retrograde, it's kind of like Mercury retrograde in that respect. It can bring skeletons out of your closet. So if the person actually comes back, if they communicate, you know, whatever, listen to it instead of just immediately knee-jerk reacting, like, you know, flying off the handle and whatever. But also listen to yourself in terms of how you're reacting it, because they may come back around one more time in order for you to finally get the lesson and put this finally to rest. Okay? And you know, I would say again here is, does it really matter what lies beneath their words? They're saying the same stuff. It's the same thing. Maybe they're dressing it up in slightly different language, but you know the score with this individual. So at this point in your development, listen, but I don't think there's any need to respond or react. Okay? Or respond in a way that you feel fitting, and the response can simply be walking away. You don't owe anybody any explanation. You really don't. The only explanation you owe is to yourself. Because this situation, whatever this is, has been quite unbalanced, has been rather, I don't want to use the word sick, but sick, diseased. It's been diseased, this situation. So sometimes the best thing to do when somebody comes back from a diseased situation, they say their piece, you say, okay, and then just walk away, you know. But of course, if there's any type of strange behavior or anything involved, you know, obviously, don't even do that. But, you know, you'll know how to handle it. Because you emerge victorious in all of this. You emerge victorious. But there is some sort of, with this Devil card, these two major arcana, right? Devil and Temperance upside down. There is some sort of karmic situation going on here with this person coming back and saying something. But, you know, not everything requires a response either. You know, just because somebody wants to engage with you doesn't mean you have to engage with them. It's more about, in my opinion, about listening to yourself and releasing your own less than favorable knee-jerk reactions and letting this person push your buttons, right? You want to be done with that. You want to see how you're participating in that and let it go finally. Just let it go. And maybe you have to block them in every avenue. You have to remove yourself from social media, remove them from contacting you, things like that, so that you can just be done with it for that exciting time of Jupiter moving into your home sign, when all sorts of awesome things are going to start happening. Okay, Sagittarius, very interesting reading. I wish you all the best for October 2018. Please like, share, subscribe, comment, and book a reading with me. If you'd like to, I'd love to have that conversation with you. Okay, take care, and I will speak to you soon.